Hey, Randy Hunter here, and I just wanted to let you know about my new Quick Tunes Set 8 lesson series. Now, as with all of my Quick Tunes sets, I've got lessons on 3 great jazz tunes, and this set includes lessons on the Joe Henderson tune, Recorda Me, the tune made famous by Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World, and also a tune that Charlie Parker, Dexter Gordon, Chet Baker did called Just Friends. These are really fun tunes to play. I love playing all of them. And whether you're interested in learning these tunes or not, remember, I've got tons of quick tunes lessons and even soloing on tunes lessons. So hopefully you can find something that you're interested in learning. Now, you just heard me playing a little bit with a phrasing demo from Recorda Me. And with all of these quick tunes lessons in this set, you'll find video instruction. You'll also find video phrasing demonstrations and even video I play, you play tracks that, where we can swap ideas playing back and forth. And of course, there are written files and play along tracks included. So hang tight and let's check out some very brief samples from each of these lessons. And then I hope you'll visit either beginningsax.com, where you can purchase these lessons on the Jazz Improv Lessons page, and I'll put a link directly below in the video description for the Jazz Improv Lessons page and even for the purchase page for the Quick Tunes set. And also, if you're interested, you could subscribe for a low monthly fee to randyhunterjazz.vhx.tv, where you have access to these lessons and all of my other lessons, even the ones that I'm currently developing. Okay, so hang tight. Here are some samples. So again, you want to work at creating lines that kind of have that musical dialogue, that speak to each other, that work over the 4-bar phrases on those chords. And remember, in bar 4 of the second phrase, we're going to come out of that minor chord with the minor chord becoming a 2 chord in a 2-5-1 progression on tenor saxophone to C major. Now, then we start this descension of the chords. Often the first 3 chords or the first 3 tonalities are descending in whole steps. We've got 2-5-1 in C major, 2-5-1 in B flat major, 2-5-1 in A flat major, and then finally 2-5-1 a half step down in G major. And rather than the triads at this point, let's play across the tonalities, still working to keep your place within the progression. But what I'd like to do is play the major scale of the 1 chord across the 2-5-1. And I've just created a simple idea that we'll work with. We'll start on the high root of the major scale, the 8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1, or 8-7-6-5-4-3-2 across the 2-5. And then we'll hit 1 on the downbeat, or at the beginning, the onset of the 1 chord. So there I descended the C major scale down the D minor 7 to the G7, targeting the root of the C major on beat 1 of the C major chord. Now, in order to make it fit, I have to start on the and of beat 1, the syncopated part of beat 1, the upbeat, however you want to say it, of beat 1 on the D minor chord. So the timing will be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll follow that by descending the B flat major scale, starting on the upbeat on beat 1 of the bar with the C minor 7. Moving ahead, B flat minor, E flat 7, A flat major. I'm going to play the A flat major scale, 2, 3, 4. And then finally our 2-5-1 going to G major, starting on the A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on our final chord, that F sharp 7 sharp 9 chord, I'd like for you to play just right up the altered dominant scale. And you'll see it noted right here. I don't want to get too deep into talking about the notes on the F sharp altered dominant, just keep in mind that it's the melodic minor scale that's located a half step above the root. So G melodic minor starting on F sharp, and this one will start on beat 1, 2, 3. And then we can choose any note you want to add on the B minor chord on the repeat. There I chose a D natural, and I think that's what I'm going to play in just a moment, because I think I'll put on the track now, and like we did previously, I'll go first around one pass through the complete progression, following the parameters I just outlined, and then you get your turn to do the same thing. And of course, repeat it as many times as you need to get comfortable with it. You can play along with me as many times as you'd like to, just repeating the video, or you can put on the play along track. And remember, we're using the slow play along track for this. Major. We're not really going to the key of E minor right here. We're just briefly stepping to the 6th chord, the E minor chord, but we get there via this B7 flat 9 chord. Let me show you a really cool thing about this B7 flat 9. Now I'm going to play the G major scale. Now I'm going to start on B, and I'm going to play the same scale, the G major scale starting on B. But I'm going to change one note. I'm going to change the D to a D sharp. You hear how when I change that D sharp, or that D that's naturally in the key of G, to a D sharp, then I get a B7 flat 9 scale, which is actually based on the E harmonic minor scale. So I'm really playing the E harmonic minor scale. But notice how it pulls and leads directly right down to that E minor. And then we have a chord, this kind of a signature chord of this tune. That's the E flat 7. Now, E flat 7, it's actually functioning as a tritone sub for 5 of 5, and you might, if you want to learn more about tritone subs, you can always check out my tritone sub lesson series. But just know that on this chord, we've got 3 notes that are not in the key of G. So we've got the E flat, obviously, which is not in the key of G. We've got the B flat, which is not in the key of G, and we've got the D flat. These are all great target tones for your improvisation lines, and these are tones that really help make this chord kind of a signature chord of this tune at this point. put the track back on, and this is what I would like you to do as well. I'm going to improvise with very simple ideas on the other chords. On the C major chord, I might just play something from the triad. I don't know, I might play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the C major scale, since I know I'm going to be coming up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the C minor scale in just a moment, on the minor chord. So I might play something that really sets up a sequence, but I'm not even really going to think too far ahead as far as phrasing is concerned. I just want to get comfortable with injecting this specific piece of vocabulary on these chords in kind of more of a musical context. So I'm going to play a little more creatively. I might not always play the whole lick on these chords, but you'll hear something from that lick on each of the minor 7, maybe minor 7 to dominant 7, the 2 5s. So you'll hear that lick presented in some form or some portion of that lick in my improvisation here.